You have the map, you have the villain, you have a magic system that perfectly balances 3 different schools of wizardry. So why does it feel hollow? Why is it that when your players actually step into this world, it feels less like a living place and more like a painted backdrop? You lean on the walls and they wobble. The problem isn't your creativity. The problem is your lane.
Most of us build in isolation. We exercise one creative muscle until it's massive, and we let the others atrophy. We become specialists in a field that requires generalists. Today, we stop building in lanes. Today, we build an engine.
To fix the problem, we have to diagnose it. In my experience, almost every game master gets stuck in one of 6 traps. See if you recognize yourself.
First, the map maker. This is the top-down trap. You are obsessed with realism. You spent 3 weeks simulating plate tectonics and calculating rain shadows to determine exactly where the deserts should be. The failure. You have a scientifically accurate globe and it is completely empty. You know the mineral composition of the mountains, but you have no idea who lives there or why the players should care. You built a classroom, not a stage. Second, the storyteller. This is the bottom-up trap. You spent a month designing the starting tavern. You know the bartender's backstory, the secret menu, and the smell of the hearth. The failure. The moment your players walk out the front door, the world breaks. They ask, "What's over that hill?" And you panic because nothing is over that hill. It is a white void. It's a patchwork quilt that rips at the seams because you have no structural integrity.
Third, the Vibist. You are theme first. You want steampunk, or gothic horror, or neon noir. You have a Pinterest board with 5,000 images. The failure, it's all aesthetic, no foundation. Why are there gears on that hat? Because it looks cool. Why is there a steam engine in a world with no coal mines? The logic falls apart. It's a movie set. You lean on the walls and they fall over.
Fourth, the Tolkiener. You love the classics. You want to run a game in Middle-earth or Westeros, or a world that looks suspiciously like them with the serial numbers filed off. The failure, you aren't a writer, you're a cover band. You spend all your energy trying to force D&D mechanics to fit someone else's magic system. Dwarves in mines, elves in trees. It feels rigid. It feels like fan fiction. It feels safe.
Fifth, the sitcomer. This is the character-based trap. You built the whole world around one villain or one beloved NPC. The failure? It's the Truman Show effect. The world only exists when that main character walks into the room. If the players kill the villain early or just ignore the NPC, the setting flatlines. The world has no life of its own.
And finally, the alt historian. You wrote a 40-page timeline of a great war that happened 500 years ago. You have dynasties, treaties, and betrayals. The failure, you wrote a textbook, not a game. The most interesting stuff is already over. The players are just touring a museum of your clever ideas, looking at the exhibits behind glass.
None of these approaches are wrong, but alone, they are fatal. You need a method that connects them. We call this the hybrid axiom approach. We don't pick a lane, we build a composite. We stack 3 specific methods to cover each other's blind spots. First, the macroscopic layer. This is the skeleton. We use this to fix the storyteller's lack of scale. We define the physics, the shape, and the geography. This gives us a container. It tells us what is possible in this world. If the world is a flat plane of infinite ice, that dictates everything else. Second, the sociological layer. This is the muscle. We use this to fix the mapmaker's emptiness. We ask how the geography shapes the culture. Material conditions create society. If we have mountains, macro, we don't just map them, we ask, how do they mine the iron? How do they trade it? Who gets rich and who dies in the dark? Third, the situation layer. This is the soul. We use this to fix the Vibist's lack of urgency. We inject active conflict. The world isn't just sitting there waiting for the players to press start. It is happening. Factions are moving. Borders are shifting. The clock is ticking.
Structure, culture, conflict. When you stack them, the hollow feeling goes away. The walls stop wobbling.
But a system needs inputs. I call these axioms. An axiom is a constraint, a fundamental truth about your world that cannot be broken.
For this series, I am going to build a world called Gyrthalion. I am going to show you my 4 axioms. But understand this, these are not the correct axioms. They are just the ones I chose. Your list will look different. You might want a high magic utopia or a Bronze Age desert. That's fine. The specific truths don't matter. The friction between them matters. Here are mine. Axiom 1. Pervasive extraplanar influence. The gates are broken. The siege is constant. We don't have wandering monsters. We have an active war against the outside. The constraint. This kills the adventure holiday vibe. You cannot travel safely. Every town is a fortress, and every night is a survival check. Axiom 2. Established race dominance. The elves were here first, and they are still in charge. History is written by the victors. This gives us a control group to measure everything else against. The constraint. The players are not the main characters of history. They are living in a world built for someone else. The architecture, the laws, and the magic are all designed to keep the elves on top.
Axiom 3. Endemic Balkanization. There are no empires. The world is shattered into petty kingdoms. You cannot unite the map. Conflict is local and constant. The constraint. There is no king coming to save you. If a dragon attacks your village, no army is coming. You are on your own. Political power extends as far as you can throw a spear.
Axiom 4. Unceasing migration. Home is a direction, not a place. The population is fluid. No culture exists in a vacuum. It is a stew of constant collision. The constraint, there are no purely dwarven cities or human villages. Every location is a crowded, messy, cosmopolitan district. Friction is inevitable because nobody has enough space. Do you see the problem? How does an elven dominion, Axiom 2, maintain control when the populations are constantly moving out of their grasp, Axiom 4? How do you build a kingdom, Axiom 3, when the extraplanar siege, Axiom 1, is knocking down your walls every winter? That is the friction, the conflict, the story. That is the engine. That is what we are going to build.
We aren't just going to talk about this stack, we are going to use it. Over the next few videos, we are going to go through the entire World Builders process. Shape, size, climate, cities,
and we are going to run every decision through these 4 axioms. We are going to find out what happens when you try to build a campaign setting in a world that refuses to sit still. If you want to build along with us, you need the blueprints. The complete Hybrid Axiom framework, including the worksheets for axioms, regions, and cities, is available right now in the World Builder's Guidebook, linked in the description. This is the field manual for the series. Grab your copy below. And while you are down there, leave your 3 axioms in the comments. I'm curious to see what you're building. Pick your own truths, and I'll see you in the workshop.